Good morning, YouTube. It is early, but I need to get started. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to spool up your spinning reels and get the least amount of line twist out of them. Now, there's about 11 trillion videos out there showing how to do this. I've tried most of them, from putting the line down with a label facing one way or this way, or putting it in water, running the spool under warm water for a few minutes, this, that, and the other line conditioners. None of them remove line twist completely. And this one doesn't remove it completely, but in my experience with it so far, it puts the least amount of memory in your fishing line compared to the rest of them. Anyway, let's get started. Anyway, you're going to need some high-tech stuff, and one of them is a nail, and you're going to need a cutting hammer to drive the nail into whatever. And also, you're going to want to drive that nail into the board or whatever at a little bit of an angle to hold your line or spool of fishing line. All right, hopefully y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Your spinning reel is going to spin, that way, counterclockwise. All right, you want your line coming off of the spool the same way. Just like that. Simple enough. Now I like to put a little bit of tension, like just barely finger tight tension on my line. That way it spools a little bit better. But that's it. Like I said, you want your line coming off of this spool counterclockwise, like your reel is spinning counterclockwise. Anyway, I could use a little bit of brighter colored line to show y'all this a little bit better, but I'm not. Anyway, again, counterclockwise, off the spool, same way it's coming onto the reel. Your reel is turning that way, your line is coming off that way. Now, I will say that line coming off the spool did have a little bit of twist to it, but that line has been sitting in that for a very long time. It's still a good line. It's just been sitting in one position for a while. So once you re-spool it, just put some warm water over it for a few minutes. It'll relax it and it'll straighten itself out. And really, that's all there is to it. Now, like I said, this is not going to remove all of the line twist, but this has been the best way, in my opinion, and from my experience. Now, you could still take and put it under some warm water for a few minutes to let that line on your spool, once you get it filled up, relax to your fishing spool instead of the filler spool, because that's two different diameters, and that alone will cause line twists. So I would still do that. Just go ahead and put it in some warm water for a few minutes. Anyway, hope this helps you out in spooling your reels for your next fishing trip. We'll see you next video.